Welcome to Legend by the Fire African Folktale, where we bring African folktales and Nigerian stories to life with a modern twist. Today, you'll hear the powerful Lagos story, the girl who married her filter, a tale of vanity, pride, and redemption that feels as real as life itself in our city. Before we begin, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more unforgettable African folklore and storytelling every week. Let's dive in. I am Amara. I'm 25 years old and I live in Lagos. If you know Lagos well, you'll understand what I mean when I say this city is both a blessing and a curse. The roads are always choked with traffic. The air is full of horns and impatience. Yet somehow Lagos still shines with opportunity. Everyone here is hustling, chasing money, chasing fame, chasing relevance. Some people even chase shadows and call them success. I want to tell you a story I witnessed with my own two eyes. A story that taught me something about pride, about beauty, and about how social media can be the sweetest honey but also the deadliest poison. Her name was Chisom. Chisom was the kind of girl Lagos men wrote songs about. She was breathtakingly fine caramel skin that glowed under ring lights, hair always laid, lashes so long they brushed her eyebrows. And she knew it. If you scrolled Instagram in Lagos 2 years ago, you couldn't escape her face. She was an influencer, always posting flawless selfies, motivational captions she didn't live by, and pictures of soft life in restaurants she couldn't really afford. But here's the truth: many didn't know her beauty was not as natural as it seemed. She was married to her Instagram filter. Every time she posted, she adjusted her nose, sharpened her chin, smoothed her skin until not even one pore was visible. She had perfected the art of Photoshop so well that when you saw her in real life, you would pause. She was still pretty, don't get me wrong, but not the goddess she presented online. I met Chisom through a mutual friend at Lekki Phase 1, at a rooftop bar called Sky Lounge. She arrived late, of course, wearing ripped skinny jeans, a white crop top, and a designer bag that I later found out was borrowed. Everyone turned when she entered, not because she greeted anyone, but because her confidence announced her before her footsteps. "Amara," my friend whispered. "That's Chisom, Lagos' finest babe." But I watched her closely that night. She barely touched her food. She was more concerned with taking pictures of it. She didn't laugh at jokes unless someone was recording. She refused to greet the waitress properly, looking her up and down as if she were invisible. That was Chisom. Her life was not life. It was content. Chisom's obsession with beauty made her cruel. She mocked people without shame. I remember one Sunday after church in Ikoyi. We were standing outside when an old woman approached selling groundnuts. The woman accidentally brushed Chisom's jeans with her basket. Immediately, Chisom hissed so loudly people turned. "Are you blind?" she shouted at the old woman. "Do you know how much these jeans cost? Your dirty basket just touched me." Abag shift, old cargo. I felt shame burn my chest. People were murmuring. Some said, "Ah, this girl no day fear God." But Chisom only tossed her hair and opened Snapchat to film herself, ignoring the old woman who struggled to pick up her spilled nuts. The woman, her back bent with age, raised her hand slightly and whispered something I couldn't forget. Her voice was calm but heavy, like thunder hiding behind clouds. "My child, may your beauty trap you. May your filter turn its back on you. You will not know peace until you see yourself the way others truly see you." Even the wind went quiet, but Chisom only laughed and walked away, posting a boomerang of herself sipping wine, as if nothing had happened. The curse began that very night. Chisom went live on Instagram from her Lekki apartment, ring light on, makeup flawless. She was glowing in her own eyes. But then her phone began to glitch. Her filter froze, then cracked like broken glass. Before thousands of followers, her real unedited face appeared. Tired eyes, small blemishes, uneven skin. People started commenting, "Who is this? Is this really Chisholm?" Catfish. She panicked and ended the live. But it was too late. Screenshots spread like wildfire. Blogs picked it up. Twitter had a field day. Overnight, she went from Lagos finest to Lagos filter queen. Her followers dropped. Brands canceled deals. She stopped going out. Whenever she looked in the mirror now, her face shifted. Sometimes her skin was rough like sandpaper. Other times her eyes looked dull, her hair thinning. No matter how much makeup she used, it never stayed. It was as if the mirror itself was tired of her lies. Weeks passed. People whispered whenever she appeared. I saw her once at ShopRite in Ikeja, hiding behind dark glasses. But even there, a group of teenagers laughed as she passed. "Nah, she be the influencer way they catfish us?" One said. Her pride broke piece by piece. She became a shadow of herself. Until one day, something unbelievable happened. A strange man arrived at her gate in Lekki. I was there visiting a friend in the same compound when I saw him. He was the strangest looking man I'd ever seen, in Lagos short, with a hunched back, his shirt hanging loosely, his teeth brown and few. His skin wrinkled though he couldn't have been more than 50. He smelled faintly of palm wine and sweat. He knocked loudly. When Chisholm opened the door, she nearly fainted. "I am Emeka," he said with a crooked smile. "I have come to marry you." The whole compound burst into laughter. "Marry who? Chisholm? This ugly man?" But Emeka was serious. "Your curse can only lift if you live with me. Not with your body, but with your soul. Until you learn, beauty will escape you." I swear my body shivered as he spoke. There was something spiritual in his voice. Chisholm resisted at first, but soon realized she had no choice. She agreed. They moved into a small one-room apartment in Ajegunle, a far cry from the flashy Lekki lifestyle she once flaunted. No more Uber rides, no more designer bags. Instead, she fetched water, cooked on a kerosene stove, and washed Emeka's ragged clothes. Life with Emeka was no fairy tale. He was demanding, often rude, sometimes ungrateful. He snored like a trailer engine, his breath sour, his habits disgusting. Yet, day by day, Chisholm endured. Something inside her began to soften. She started greeting neighbors. She helped carry firewood for an old woman nearby. She played with street children and even gave her last 500 to a beggar one afternoon. The same girl who once mocked others now washed her neighbor's baby clothes without being asked. It was as if humility had entered her bloodstream one evening. While sitting outside their small compound, I saw her smile genuinely at a child chasing a football. No cameras, no filters, no ring lights, just her, raw and real. And for the first time, she looked more beautiful than I had ever seen her. That night, she dreamt of the old groundnut woman. The woman's voice came like soft rain. "My daughter, your beauty is no longer on your face, but in your heart. Tomorrow you shall see." And true to those words, when she woke up, her reflection had changed. Her skin glowed again, her eyes sparkled, her hair was full and rich. Not because of filters, but because kindness had restored her true self. When the neighbors saw her, they gasped. The gossip spread again, but this time in admiration. Even Emeka blinked at her new beauty, though she only smiled at him kindly. She didn't return to Instagram immediately. Instead, she began using her platform differently. She shared unedited photos. She spoke openly about depression, about pride, about the emptiness of fake life. Slowly, people respected her again, not for her flawless selfies, but for her honesty. And when a real love came, a man who valued her not for filters but for her character, she was ready. Sometimes when I scroll Instagram and see perfect pictures, I remember Chisholm, and I tell myself this beauty fades, filters fail, but a kind heart will always shine through. That is Lagos truth. That is life's truth. That was the girl who married her filter, a modern African folktale from Lagos that reminds us that true beauty comes from the heart, not from filters. If this story touched you, don't keep it to yourself like this video. Share it with someone who needs to hear this lesson. And subscribe so you never miss another African story of life, culture, and wisdom. Until next time, remember, folktales live on when we share them.